Today, I'm going to break down the difference between Claude Chat, Claude Co-work, and Claude Code. I'm going to cover how I'm using each of these modes individually for different reasons. So if you are confused as to why there's so many modes and when to use which one for what reason, then this video is going to be perfect as to when to use which mode for what reason and how to get the most out of Claude. I've personally built an entire operating system on Claude to run my content creation and my business. So I've been really pushing the limits as to what you can do with this stuff, and this video will really just help clarify exactly how to best do that. So first up, we've got our regular Claude Chat. So right now I'm running Claude within the Claude desktop app. If you are brand new to Claude, this is probably the best way to get started, as you will be able to access Claude Chat, Claude Co-work, and Claude Code all within this one app. So first up, we've got our regular Claude Chat. So this is going to be your basic large language model. This is very similar to your experience with ChatGPT. Ultimately, we've got the message box at the bottom here, and we just send through our message, our prompt as to what we want it to do. So this is going to be mostly used for our text or image generation needs. Now, Claude doesn't actually have any image generation models, so you can't actually do that here. But mostly I've been using this for quick conversations if I ever need to modify some text or do some quick task that doesn't really require any context about me or my business. This is when I would use Claude Chat. If I'm ever doing any research that, once again, is not really relevant to any context about me or my business, once again, that is something that I might come to Claude Chat to use. And the reason for this is, once again, it has very little context about me and my business. And when I do give it questions that are a little bit more difficult, because it doesn't have that context, I have to continue to repeat myself about who I am, what I'm looking for, what my goals are, for it to be able to tell her that question, to be able to help me out. Not to say this interface isn't helpful at all, no doubt about it, it is. But when I jump into Claude Co-work and Claude Code, you will get a bit of an understanding as to the whole context element. Now, Claude Chat isn't just going to be question and answering. We do obviously get the ability to connect into external applications through this as well. If we click the plus button down here, you'll see we have connectors, and we can connect into all different types of tools like Gmail, like Canva, like N8N. So monitoring our email inbox, sending emails, drafting emails, all of that is possible to do through this interface. So I would say that adding connectors into this chat right here is probably going to be one of the most useful and most powerful things that you can do just using the Claude Chat interface. Outside of these connectors though, that is pretty much it for Claude Chat. That's as powerful, that's as useful as this tool can get. Now, before I jump into Claude Co-work, the one thing that I want to highlight is around files and file storage. So this question right here that I gave to Claude Chat said, hey, can you write a quick text file with this text demo test? And so this went ahead and created a text file in the chat here with the text that I gave it to write in. But ultimately what's happened is it's given us this file that we asked for. I can click into this file and view the file here as well. I can also click down and download this file locally onto my computer. But really the main limitation here is that this file is just stored in the chat. If I gave it a question about that file, it is going to be able to recognize that there was a file that we had talked about earlier, but it's not actually going to be storing any of these files to be able to easily retrieve consistently throughout this conversation. Especially if I start a new conversation, obviously this file is going to be lost. It's never going to be used as context. And if I took it a step further and told it to code something or code a script to do something, it is just going to give us the file of that code. It's not actually going to run the code or run the script. It's pretty much just going to tell us to download that code and run it ourselves. So for example, if I said, can you write a Python script that prints hello world, and I set that off, we're going to see that happen right now. It will write that code. It will create that Python file, but this file is not going to get stored in the sense that it can actually be ran as a Python file. So here we go. We now have the Python file. We can open it here in Claude Chat. As if we just click on it, we can open it. We can also download it. We can't run this code. Claude itself in Claude Chat cannot run this code either. It's mostly, once again, a back and forth conversation. But now jumping into the top left and swapping over to Cowork. This right here is the interface for Claude Cowork. It does look very similar to Claude Chat, but there are a few small differences. If we have a look at the top left here, you will see a couple of extra options. So most notably, you're going to see scheduled in the top left here, as well as dispatch. If I click into chat, you'll see that scheduled and dispatch are no longer there. And we go back to Claude Co-work, they're now going to be added back in here. So I'll jump into these settings in just a second. But the main thing that I want to highlight is that in Claude Co-work on the right-hand side, you'll see we have a working folder. And so when I gave Claude Co-work here the exact same prompt to say, hey, can you write a quick text file with this text of demo test? You'll see that it created that file exactly as Claude Chat did. But now we have inside our working folder here, it's added that text file. I can click into it. I can click into it exactly the same, although this is now stored in a working folder. And this working folder is essentially a persistent folder that stays around all the time. It's going to be able to very easily, whenever I need to, retrieve content and context out of this working folder. But when we are working with a very large amount of context, when it comes to your own personal information, business information, you'll be surprised as to how much information there really is about you and what you want to do, that if you don't properly store it and give Claude Co-work here the ability to consistently retrieve that information, it will pretty much just forget about who you are and what you're looking to do. And because we can just fill this folder up with as much context and information as possible, this is what really makes it that much more intelligent. So once again, I can send off this question that says, can you write a Python script that prints hello world? And you'll see the process of that Python file getting created in the working folder. And the really big difference now is that I can say, can you run that Python script? I can send it through. It has context as to what the Python script is, but it also has the ability to run that Python code itself. In this conversation, you can see here, running command, it's running that script itself. And here you go, here's the output, hello world. Whilst this is a basic example, if we were going to be building out any software or a website, this is where it would be incredibly important to be able to store that code and run that code consistently through this conversation so that we can actually make modifications and changes to those things that we're working on building. So to be totally honest, that working folder is really the main difference between Claude Co-work and Claude Chat. Having that working folder just makes it that much more powerful to be able to bring on context and just do a lot more. Now going to the top left, we've got the scheduled option right here, and you can see scheduled tasks, run tasks on a schedule or whenever you need them, type /schedule in an existing task to set one up. Essentially, a schedule allows us to, at a specific point in time, send a prompt to our chat in Claude Co-work. So let's say I wanted to send myself a news update email of everything that happened last night. On your regular Claude chat, this is not something that would be remotely possible to automate. But because Claude Co-work is running locally on our computer, we can click new task right here. And ultimately, we can set a specific hour or a specific day that we want to have this specific task or this specific prompt sent to our conversation to complete some sort of task. And so if we go ahead and set up a Claude Co-work instance with all of the necessary code and all the necessary files, we could have an automation that runs this Python script at 9 a.m. every morning, for example. Or if we wanted to be a bit more advanced, we could tell it to do some research, and based on that research, it writes a whole new piece of code and then runs that every morning, for example. We've still got access to all the skills and connectors by clicking the plus button down here. So if we wanted it to send an email to somebody at 9 a.m. every morning, that also is still very possible. And then we've also got dispatch at the top here as well. Dispatch essentially allows us to be able to connect into our instance of Claude from all different types of devices. So if we needed to send a message to my computer here to run a task or run a piece of code, I could do that from my phone on the go. And that way we're not obviously running any of the code on my phone locally, but I'm essentially sending a message to my computer to run some code or write some code on my main computer. Now I've got another device connected to this, and the reason for that is that on my laptop, I'm able to send requests to my main computer here through Claude Co-work. So that is pretty much it between the difference between Claude Chat and Claude Co-work. We're just getting a little bit more power when it comes to context, and we're getting a little bit more power when it comes to actually running code locally on our computer. And one quick thing that I will say before we jump into Claude Code is that all of the code that we are running and processing here in Co-work is running on our computer, but it is in a sandbox environment. It means that all of the code and all the files are in our working folder, but we can't actually access any of the other files that are on my computer locally. So in this instance of Claude Co-work, we can only access all of these files that are in this folder. We can't access files that are on my desktop or in my downloads or in any other folders that are on my computer. It is purely restricted to the files that are right here. All right, so now jumping into Claude Code. This right here is Claude Code. Once again, looking very similar to Claude Chat and Claude Co-work. But the main difference between Claude Code and Claude Co-work is that Claude Code has complete and full access to my computer. So I'm no longer locked to only being able to access all of the files and anything that is in that one folder. So for example, something that I use all the time nowadays on Claude Code is using it to do video edits. And so there is a public library called Remotion that's out there that you can install into your own Claude Code instance. And because Claude Code has access to my entire computer, essentially it's able to start to run its own server on my computer that I can then host on this local host link. And then I'm able to view the interface of Remotion and start to use it in this pop-up on Claude Code. So this is not possible to do on Claude Co-work because once again, we're restricted to that one folder. We're not able to access anything outside of that on my actual computer. And ultimately the ability to code and to run things and to do things autonomously on something like Claude Code, because it can run everything natively on our computer, if it needs to build any applications, it's a lot easier to be able to access our entire computer to do that, especially when it comes to admin permissions and everything like that. When it comes to the options in the top left, it's practically the same as Claude Co-work. For some reason, they call these scheduled tasks something different. It's called routines instead of schedules. But to be totally honest, from my experience, I haven't really found what the difference is between using a routine versus a scheduled task. I think they've just named them something different, but they both allow you to automate sending a prompt at a certain time. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot different with Claude Code when it comes to Claude Co-work. Each instance of Claude Code that we have can be its own individual folder. Having a look at the top middle part of the page, we can see video editor is the folder that I'm currently operating in for this system. awesome. And all of the code and everything that I tell it to do here all gets thrown into that folder, very similar to Claude Co-work. But we can take quite a leap when we jump out of the Claude desktop app and jump into something like Visual Studio Code, where we can download Claude Code's extension in Visual Studio Code just like this. And we're going to be able to view all the files and folders in our current Claude Code instance through Visual Studio Code a little bit easier. If you want to dive into any of the code, that's going to be very easy to do now as well. It essentially has a lot of tools that allows us to view that code, websites, HTML, whatever, very easily through this interface. But to be honest, the biggest thing for me when using Visual Studio Code is just the ability to run multiple tabs of Claude Code at once. At the top right here, you'll see this Claude Code open button. If I click this multiple times, you'll see these tabs pop up and we can create individual sessions of Claude Code, all interacting with the same folder here. So this is possible on this desktop app right here, although it's just not as intuitive, I don't think. You do have to create a new session in the recents tab, and then you'd have to switch between those tabs to see what's happening. But using something like Visual Studio Code, we can actually take a tab and then just drag it off to the right here, and then we can run 2 at once, or I can grab another one, throw it over here as well, and now we can start to run 3 at once. We could even run, I think, 4 at once as well. If we really wanted to absolutely hammer Claude Code here, we can send out as many messages as we want. On the left-hand side, you'll see all these files and folders here. So this is practically my entire business and content creation workflow, which is all stored within this one folder on my computer. And so I use this for really anything when it comes to invoice creation, invoice sending, contract creation, thumbnail generation, creating newsletters, creating our internal CRM system, creating my personal website. All of this stuff is possible through Claude Code. Now, I've got plenty of videos out there showcasing the different use cases of getting Claude Code to set up things for you, so I recommend checking them out. But just so you have a clear understanding, this is pretty much how I would recommend interacting with Claude. When it comes to just asking your general and simple questions, I can just give my Claude Code instance the same general question that I might ask Claude Chat right here. It's the same models powering Claude Chat as well, so the response is pretty much exactly the same, but the benefit is that we've got all of the context about me and my business being thrown into that response and prompt as well. So ultimately, we're just going to get a better response back. Now, obviously, it does take a little bit more time and effort to add all of your business context and website and applications all into one folder on your computer, but no doubt about it, with the responses and the quality of responses that I get back from this instance of Claude Code are far better than anything else. That being said, I do think you can get 90% of this done just by using Claude Co-work. But it probably won't be the best environment if you are going to be looking to build any applications, build websites, or really automate anything. It's mostly going to be a more advanced version of the chat feature where you've got that context to give you better answers, and you've got some of the code and automation tools to be able to turn it into a little bit more of an autonomous system. I hope that was helpful in understanding the difference between these 3 options. They are all very similar, to be totally honest, and I would recommend playing with every single one of them just to find out which one suits you best. If you're more technical, just jump straight to Claude Code. That's going to be the best option. If you don't want to deal with a whole lot of code and managing files, Claude Co-work is probably going to be better. But if you're just looking to get quick one-off tasks done, Claude Chat will probably be good enough. Now, if you want to learn 5 Claude skills that I genuinely cannot live without, check out this video right here where I break down each of those 5 Claude skills that I use every single day that has helped me to be far more productive when using my Claude.